Here's Miron. Had a lot of injuries. Back to his best now. This was the highlight of his first run. Well, the low light, in fact, the big crash at the end of the 540 tail whip when he fell heavily onto his left shoulder. But he's back. He's on his bike, and he's going again. 60 seconds to prove how much he wants to go to the X Games. Having to qualify this year, having been out for so long with injury. Dennis McCoy watching on. Oh, big tail whip. Oh, no. So close to nailing that one, but he's now going to start building up height and speed again, losing valuable time. Now, will it have cost him a place for the X Games? He seems to have hurt himself too much. Still smiling. Now he's going to have to pull out all the stops. Miron here. 5 seconds remain for the Canadian. It's going to allow him to finish with something big. He's running out of time. Here we go. Big 540. No, he's lost that one as well. So not a great session here in St. Petersburg, Florida for Miron. One-handed tail whip was the subject of the first crash. There's the can-can. Pretty solid.
Tried to go bigger than I should have. I'm out of practice, but I'm upset, but I can't be that upset. I expected it coming in, so.
Dennis McCoy's up next. Mirra, McCoy, Miron, the 1, 2, 3. Crowd thoroughly enjoying themselves, as I hope you are, with this excellent action from Florida. Dennis McCoy has been at it for well over a decade.
My 13th year as a professional. It's just what I like to do, and contests kind of bring out the best in everybody, and you got something to motivate you to ride a little harder. And yeah, there's a lot of good friends, and I'd never thought it any other way to not go to them.
Dennis McCoy scored 92.8 in his first run. He's going to the X Games, whatever. Doesn't need to qualify, so the pressure's off for him now. Just competing for the prize money. McCoy really turning it on now. Looks so confident. He gets so much height, he has so much time to pull off each of these tricks. And look at him, he's playing with the ramp now, Dennis McCoy. Fault-free second run. Dave Mirra, the one he's really got to focus on beating here. Mirra still to ride. McCoy, a real crowd pleaser. 10 seconds remain for DMC. That was beautiful. Beautiful technical tricks from Dennis McCoy. So much confidence, just oozing from him. Gets more out of the ramp than anybody else, and he nails this run with a perfect flair. Brilliant stuff from Dennis McCoy. Oh, and he's got a backflip as well. Well, that was one trick too many for Dennis McCoy, but he doesn't care. He put down the flare, and that was a sensational run. 540 tire tap here from Dennis McCoy. Here's the flare. What a beauty.
I was pretty happy with run 2. I mean, almost everything I wanted to pull, I pulled. I should have left pulling up alone after the flare, but I was having fun. So I kept going, and then I realized I didn't have any energy left. I went for the flip fakie anyway and kind of slid out. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Any day that you ride, you know, pretty good, you're psyched.
So just Dave Mirra to go. Dennis McCoy leads the way. Mirra needs 94.62 to win. And it's certainly not beyond it. Dave Mirra drops in. Second round ride from Dave Mirra. Having just watched McCoy's second run performance, he knows that to win the X Trials here, although he doesn't need to win to go to the X Games, he's going anyway. He's got to be brilliant. And there's a flare. He's matching McCoy trick for trick. The flare came much earlier in the run than it did for McCoy, though. and that means that maybe there's bigger and better still to come from Dave Mirra. He's still got 30 seconds plus to go. Tail whip, beautiful. The crowd getting right behind Dave Mirra. Every time he gets to the top of the ramp, a trick comes in. Now he's starting to build up the speed. A couple of simple tricks. How's he going to end? Maybe another flare. Bar spin. 540. Nailed that one. A couple of technical tricks just to round things off. Oh, that was beyond the time limit, so the judges won't penalise him for the crash, but this was the flare early in the run, an absolute perler of a flare from Dave Mirra. Now, has he done enough to take victory away from Dennis McCoy? Dave Mirra's style pays off, 96.6 his average score. Victory in the X Trials, and he goes into the X Games as the big favourite. Mirra's victory ahead of McCoy, then Jay Miron with Jimmy Walker 4th and Rick Thorne in 5.
Run 2 felt really good. Dennis's run was awesome. So I either got to go big or just stay conservative and deal with second or third or whatever. Jay rode good. Dennis's run was awesome, so I went by Dennis and just had to lift it up.
After the break, we stay with BMX, bicycle stunt. We move from the ramp to the street course. Welcome back to the X Trials from St. Petersburg, Florida. And having enjoyed the action in the half-pipe for Vert, we now move to the multi-obstacle street course. And this is what you've got in store. There are 10 competitors in the finals of the bicycle stunt street competition. 2 runs each, 90 seconds per run. 100-point scale the judges will be working on. It's the average score over the 2 that counts. Now, we've already seen Dennis McCoy shining in the Vert. He was the silver medalist 12 months ago in the X Games in the street competition, so no slouch in this second discipline, although he would say that he's a specialist in the Vert competition. He can really turn it on in the street course as he now attacks this multi-obstacle event. All sorts of ramps, boxes, rails for him to negotiate as spectacularly as possible. And a flare, we saw that in the Vert competition, and he's pulled one off in the street as well, which is unusual. It's not often we see that in the street competition. Dennis McCoy really beginning to turn it on. Now he goes from one end of the street to the other. Oh, a mistake there from Dennis McCoy. Not looking quite as confident and comfortable as he did in the Vert. It's not such a big course, this one. It's quite compact. Everything's quite close together, so a limit as to how much speed the riders can generate between obstacles. See how he's having to weave his way through. Good stuff from Dennis McCoy. Good control. Spinning on his rear wheel. Drops in again. Good technical tricks combined with some high-flying maneuvers from Dennis McCoy. Good job so far in this tight street course. And that's it. 90 seconds up for Dennis McCoy. Solid run, non-stop from start to finish, and that trademark flare crammed in there as well. And this was creative from Dennis. The ice pick to round things off. Dennis McCoy takes the lead, no surprise there, 93.6.